Hey, I wanted to do another tutorial about how to remove commercials from podcasts using Audacity labels. In the first tutorial, I showed you how to set up a label, and I already made a label track, and I'm going to import that in a second. But here, I have 3 hours of podcasts for the Bob Tuskin Show, and each is in a separate track. So the first thing I want to do is select the time shift tool, and I'm going to move them all together. So here's the second hour. I'm going to grab it, slide it over here, and then join it together. Notice the yellow line. That means I'm perfectly aligned. Do the same thing with the third hour, and then join it together right there. And now they're perfectly joined up, and I'm going to remove the excess tracks here. So here's 3 hours all back to back, and then I'm going to go and import my label track that I made, that I started on the previous tutorial. But here's one with 12 commercials. So you can see COM 1 all the way to COM 12. And now they're generally in the same spot, but not exactly. So we're going to have to do some work to get them exactly in the same spot. And you know, with the screencasting software, I don't think you can hear this track too well, but you can see the gaps. So I can see that this is a little off here. This is where the commercial ends and the show starts. So I'm going to grab this little triangle here and move it right to that spot. Alright, so there's where commercial 1 is right here, and here's where the show starts. Now I'm going to have to go to the selection tool, and first I'm going to select this track, and then I'm going to click on the box here. Notice how that it selects everything in the track, and now I'm going to press Control X, and there is commercial 1 removed. Now let's go to commercial 2, and I think for some reason in this show this is way off. Like, I know from the sound wave form that this is where the show ends and this is where the commercial starts. And now this is really handy because now instead of this little triangle, you want to use the circle, because with the circle you drag the whole selection. So here I'm dragging the whole selection now. And if you want to make little adjustments, then you use the triangle. So let's see what this did. Okay, and that we are going to have to make a little adjustment because here's where the show starts. Let me just double check here. Yep, that's where the show starts. So now I'm going to take, instead of the circle, I'm going to grab the triangle to make a fine adjustment. And that way it doesn't move the beginning part there. Whoa! So there's commercial 2, and I'm already on the selection tool. Select the track, click on the box, selects it all, Control Exit out. And now we have no commercial there. And that's where the commercial was, and now the selection tool is there. Let me just zoom out. Well, let's not zoom out. This is a pretty good space to work in here. And now let's go to the commercial 3 of the label I set up. And again, for some reason it's off. I can see right here is where the show ends, and here's where the commercial begins. So I'm going to grab the circle, drag the whole box, the whole label over there. So that's in the right spot at the beginning. Let's check the end. You can see the end went a little over, so I don't want to grab the circle, I want to grab the triangle here. Like that. Go to the selection tool, select the track, the audio track, click on the box, selects it all, Control Exit out. Alright, and you can always, of course, go back. Where is it? Oh man, there it is. And you can always double check. So, show ends, commercial was there, show begins. And you just go through this and do it for all 12 commercials. And that's what I'm going to do now, and I'm not going to bore you with that. So I hope that helps you guys.